Assembly Military and Veteran Affairs Committee, but more importantly, I'm the daughter of a disabled veteran. And I am so, so proud to be standing here today, and I know my dad would be incredibly proud as well. Veterans earn their VA disability benefits through great sacrifice, and they deserve every single penny. But for too long, predatory claim sharks have targeted veterans, charging illegal fees for them to try and get access to the benefits that they have earned through their service. With the signing of SB 694, California is making it clear, our veterans are not your profit. I want to thank Senator Archuleta for his incredible leadership, Attorney General Bonta, not only for helping us get to today, but the hard work he's going to do going forward after this to enforce the law. And I want to also thank our Speaker Rivas, Pro Tem Limon, who were unwavering supporters, and our federal partners who also engaged in this fight, Ranking Member Mark Takano, Speaker Emerita Pelosi, highlighting the national importance of this law. And to the governor for his vision and leadership, holding up California's values and making sure that we are standing with veterans by signing this into law today. But especially I want to thank the veterans. The California Association of County Veteran Services Officers and the many veterans and veteran organizations who came to advocate. This was the hardest bill that I've had to work on since I've been in the legislature. And chairing military and veteran affairs, most of our bills are non-controversial. Most of them are bipartisan. And I know veterans have never had to work harder to be heard. And we know why that is, because there was so much money on the other side. This is a $73 billion a year industry. And what that means is that is $73 billion of taxpayer dollars that is going into the pockets of corporations instead of the pockets of veterans. California is saying that's not acceptable. It is already against federal law, but unfortunately the penalty that was in federal law was taken out years ago, and these illegal businesses have been allowed to not only flourish, but thrive and become millionaires. So California took a different approach. We invested in county veteran service officers. We have, free veteran service officers who will help veterans navigate the VA system for free. Our Military and Veteran Affairs Committee continues to fight to support our veterans. And, as I said, this is personal. My dad was a veteran of the Vietnam War. He passed away almost exactly a year ago, and he battled cancer 3 times because of his exposure to Agent Orange, where in Vietnam he fixed the planes that sprayed Agent Orange, and he would sometimes be drenched in it. And he passed away because of his health complications due to that exposure of Agent Orange. My dad deserved every penny of his VA disability benefits. He could hardly breathe and had to take 2 naps a day at the end of his life just to get through a day. And to think that there are companies that will target disabled veterans and take up to $20,000 out of their pockets is unconscionable. I am so proud that California is now joining a national effort to better protect our veterans, and that we are standing up to do what's right, to show our veterans that we will have their backs. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to thank the scrappy, amazing crew of folks who fought so hard against what felt like every single lobbyist in town. And we had volunteers coming to help us because it was such a huge, huge fight. But it was really incredible to see people decide which side of the line they're going to be on. And California has decided to stay on the line that is with veterans. So thank you so much. Thank you to Governor Newsom. Thank you. And I would love to introduce my forever in arms buddy, Senator Barbour-Chiletta, who is not only a veteran himself, but a father of service members. And you could see the passion and how personal it was for him in this fight as well. Thank you, Senator Archuleta.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I'm Senator Bob Archuleta. I'm a combat veteran. I served with the 82nd Airborne, and I'm the chair of the Military and Veterans Committee here in the state of California. So I do carry that banner, not only for my veterans, for your families. I'd like to thank for the state of California, who loves veterans so very, very much. And I'd like to go ahead and right now talk about a partner in arms. Pilar, I'm going to extend my arm. When I was presenting my bill on the Senate floor, she reached up to me just like this, and I'm going to give it right back to you. I can't begin to tell you how much I love what you believe in, your dad, your support for veterans, no doubt. And Governor, you are taking a stand today, and I'm going to extend my hand out to you as well, because you're stepping up. The overwhelming odds that we were up against were unbelievable. Nobody thought we were able to pass this bill. But Senate Bill 694 strengthens California's commitment to protecting veterans from exploitation and federal claims that no one should be able to file them if they're not accredited. You've heard that. Even more importantly, it reaffirms California's responsibility to ensure veterans are not misled, not mistreated, manipulated, taken advantage of, or even seeking benefits that they really didn't deserve in some cases and had to come back and prove, and then they were at fault, and then who was guilty? They were. Why? Because they were misled by these individuals. So here in California, we're going to straighten this out. Senate Bill 694 is the way to do it. So the foundation of the bill is a key principle that military and veterans working together to uphold the law. And I think you heard from our Attorney General, this situation was against the law. Unaccredited individuals taking advantage of our veterans to the tune of $20,000 and $30,000 at a whack. It was, I'm telling you, we found this out. We had to come together. Look behind me. Veterans who served this country. You have family and friends who served this country. They deserve the best. And here in California, we intend to give you the best. Making millions of dollars in the back of our veterans is wrong. And it's time for us to allow the people who are doing the right job, our California Veteran Service Officers, the VFW, the American Legion, all the other organizations that are accredited to do this. So as a proud veteran of two West Point graduates, my two sons are still serving, both paratroopers as well, and their buddies and friends all across the state and all across the nation have been calling and calling to say, thank you, California. Thank you for standing up. As paratroopers, we jump in, and I think we did it this time. And so I'm so proud of the fact that we've honored so many veterans, and we're going to continue to do that. And Governor, I know you're behind us. The Attorney General, Ron Bonta, I know you're going to go ahead and be tough. And this law will be enacted, and it will be protected to serve our veterans. So my colleagues in the Assembly, my colleagues in the Senate, I'd like to thank you publicly for all what you've done. It was a group effort. It took all of us. But again, to the County Veteran Service Officers, they're all over the state of California, to the VFW, AMVETS, AARP, PORAC, SEIU, and the Federation of Labor Unions. Even they jumped in because we can't allow anyone to take advantage of our veterans. So with that, someone who's carrying the ball all the way through California and across this nation to support our veterans, our governor, Governor Newsom. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Mr. Senator. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your action. Thank you for stewarding this bill. Thank you for your partnership, but also thank you for punctuating the point why we're here with energy and conviction and with your own narrative and story. To the Assemblywoman, let me express gratitude to you, your dad. I appreciate, I've been writing a little bit lately and got into some of the files, found some letters from home. My grandfather, Arthur Menzies, who spent many, many years after that march, Corregidor, adjacent to the Bataan March, as a prisoner of war, came back a different man. He was always a distant figure in my life, eventually took his own life. That, of course, is an example that is very familiar to many people in the veterans community, many families that have been torn asunder because of similar experiences. And it marks a consciousness, which I appreciate you expressed, and a thread to which you're pulling in terms of your leadership and commitment to this cause. But it's one that I know connects to all of you directly, not just indirectly. And so, again, to all of you, I'm grateful. I'm also grateful because, as was described, this was not an easy process. So I'm grateful to your fortitude. I'm grateful that you didn't fall prey to influence. It wasn't, and it isn't, an exaggeration to say, even this morning, folks were still working to make sure that I didn't go to the left here and sign this bill. Good people, people that I believed in the past had conviction, character, and purpose, but in many cases are influenced by other things. $73 billion reinforces that. You talk about waste, you talk about fraud, you talk about abuse. California is doing something about it. Some people are talking about it, but they're not doing anything about it. We're doing something about it today. And so I'm very proud of all of you. That's leadership right here, the folks that stood strong and fought to make this happen. And I'm proud that it happened in California. Not first. There are a few other states that have marched the beat of a different drum for some time, but now California is joining that ranks with the ranks, as the Admiral said, of Commander, rather the largest, or one of the largest cohorts of veterans anywhere in the United States of America. To the Attorney General, we say this all the time, program passing is not problem solving. So I appreciate highlighting the importance not only of your being here today, but the importance of your team being there tomorrow and over the course of months and years to make sure we enforce and address the abuses in this space. But I'm grateful to be here in this space with all of you in the spirit that defines this moment. I also want to just acknowledge some broader leadership. This is not the first bill that we have signed to advance the cause of our veterans in the state of California. We've been building some momentum in the last number of years. Madam Secretary, thank you for your leadership, the work you're doing in real time. The voters approved over $1 billion, part of that $6.38 billion package, Proposition 1, to address the issues of veterans and homelessness, the unprecedented supports for behavioral health and mental health that have been advanced by this legislature and are being implemented and applied throughout the state at a regional basis through your work, Madam Secretary. I want to also acknowledge the work of many of the people here today that also advanced that $20,000 threshold, the exemption on income taxes for our veterans. We were an outlier for too many years, and finally, California closed that gap last year. Again, it's all part of the momentum that we're building in this space to do more than just rhetorically say we have the backs of our veterans. So it's good to be back here. It's good to be here with all of you and have the backs of millions of our American heroes that are here and call California home. With that, let's sign this bill.